record on this. All right, welcome to the September 19th Thursday chat. We have a number of announcements. We'll start with Judith Kahn.
Thank you, Jerry. Hello, everyone. This is an announcement for the women in the community. Just to let you know that our Shabbat, our Hadassah Shabbat afternoon study group is going to begin again on this coming Saturday from 2 until 3 in the synagogue. We had a hiatus over the summer, so we're really eager to get started again and reconvene our group. The first meeting will be a focus group so that we can decide what our course of study is going to be. So please come, bring your ideas. Lala and Betty and I have a few things that we've been thinking of, but more ideas are certainly welcome and very well received. So please start to think about that. Everyone is welcome to come to the meeting. You don't need to be a Hadassah member.
Screen.
Pardon? Is that better?
It's okay now. I don't know where that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Everyone's welcome to come to the meeting. You don't have to be a Hadassah member in order to participate. And I want to extend a special invitation to women who are new to the community. This is an opportunity to come and be a part of a really lively and thoughtful group that's been consistent and has very, very strong, wonderful discussions. Again, the meeting is on Saturday in the synagogue from 2 until 3. And if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to me. I'm at extension 42385. Hope to see you and looking forward to another season of good, interesting Hadassah meetings. Thank you.
Thank you. And Betty Shapiro.
Thanks, Jerry. Today I want to thank everybody who contributed to the potato latke collection for the family table, the Kosher Food Bank. We delivered 4 bags of potato latke mix on Friday, and they were very glad to receive it. They had already started packing up packages to be delivered already. It seems like, the holidays are still far away, but for that particular group, it takes a lot of effort to make sure that people have the food that they need, and our contribution is very valuable. I just want to make a note that when we were packing up the packages, we noticed that several were packed in cellophane packages of 3. And my sense is that they didn't come from a grocery store, because I don't see them packaged that way, displayed that way on the grocery shelves. So people are probably ordering online, which is a good thing. It makes no matter where and how you get the latke mix from. But my suggestion is that you keep an eye on what's going on in the stores, because maybe after the holidays, the prices will go down and you can stock up again for Hanukkah, which will be here before we know it. But the community is very generous, and your contributions are very, very much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And okay, Sid, I guess you're able to speak from wherever you're driving, but we have to I'll unmute you. Well,
oh my God.
No, you have to do it. Go ahead. There you go.
Okay. So holidays are coming up.
No, it's not gonna. I don't know where you
coming
are,
up.
but
The
I'm mute.
first day of Rosh Hashanah, that Thursday. I don't have the date in my brain. um, at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Well,
We will,
Sid, if you can hear me, you're not coming through clearly and we don't seem to be able to mute you.
whoever would like to.
This is, okay. All right. We'll move on to Larissa Levitch.
Thank you, Jerry. So I have 5 announcements that come from Rabbi Judy and from myself. So be patient with me. Rabbi Judy was not able to attend today's meeting, and she asked me to make the following announcements. Announcement number 1, September 20th, tomorrow, is the deadline for signing up for the high holiday services. To clarify, I'm talking about services, not dinners, just the prayer services. If you have not filled out your attendance form yet, please do so right away and put it in the special black box at the concierge desk. It is very helpful to know in advance who is attending for several reasons, one of which is the room setup. You know, services and dinners are aligned, and it is a joint effort of the whole Newbridge community, including Rabbi Judy and the food and beverage team and the housekeeping. So it is really very important for us to know in advance how many people are planning to attend. Any questions about how to sign up?
Any questions on that? Okay, go
Okay.
ahead, Larissa.
Announcement number 2. On the subject of the high holidays, a special high holiday warm-up session with the cantor and Rabbi Judy will take place instead of the regular Torah study group this coming Wednesday at 11 o'clock in the Beale Family Interfaith Chapel. Every year, we get many residents attending, and Rabbi Judy would appreciate if you would RSVP to her directly, not the trip line, not the hotline, by phone or email, let Rabbi Judy know. Any questions about that? I don't think so. Announcement number 3. On Tuesday, September 24, we will facilitate the annual Newbridge Memorial Service on Zoom at 2 o'clock. The Zoom link will be sent out on Tuesday. Please join the Zoom and share some memories of the residents you miss who passed away during the last 12 months. Also, at 3 o'clock, right after the memorial service on Zoom, we will gather in person in the synagogue for some light refreshment and to be with one another in person. The Newbridge Memorial Book with photos of all of our residents who passed away since Newbridge opened will be on display for all to see. All right, I hope I did a good job with Rabbi Judy's. Now my announcements. So I would like to give you heads up about 2 upcoming programs that I find very special. I hope you will attend and agree with my assessment. On Monday, September 30th at 1:30, we welcome an acclaimed author and filmmaker, Heather Dune McAdam. Heather will introduce her new film, 999, The Forgotten Girls. This film reveals a hidden story about 999 unmarried young Jewish women of the first official transport to Auschwitz. Heather will be joined by the film's producer, Jay Height, flying from Los Angeles. And also we invited a cousin of one of the survivors. It's gonna be quite special. And I'd like to thank Raya Driben for connecting me with Heather and Jay. And then the next day, on Tuesday, October 1st, at 7:30, we will welcome a local author, Jessica Fine, for a conversation about her new book, Breathtaking, a memoir of family dreams and broken genes. It is a beautifully written memoir about unimaginable loss and living a fulfilling life in the face of extraordinary challenges. Jessica will be joined by Dana Snyder, a daughter-in-law of our own Rosalie Snyder, who I want to thank for making this connection. I planned these two programs right before high holidays for a reason. I felt that both stories to be told are exceptional examples of the resilience and hope of the human beings facing unimaginable challenges. And I thought they're reflective to the meaning of the holidays, and I hope you come and feel the same way. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you, Larissa.
Sure.
Okay, Josh, we're ready for you.
Hi, Jerry and everybody. Good afternoon and thank you. We're here in the Shapiro boardroom, myself, Eileen, and Patrick. We have a few announcements to make, and then Chef Patrick will be highlighting the new Central lunch menu that rolls out this upcoming Monday, September 23rd. The first thing that I wanted to mention, Larissa had mentioned the deadline for the High Holiday services. The deadline for the High Holiday pre-orders, those are the first 2 nights of Rosh Hashanah in Great Meadow Hall and the Erev Yom Kippur, the pre-orders. That deadline for dining pre-orders is tomorrow, Friday, September 20th as well. I will say this, on Monday when the team arrives, we will gather any orders that came in late over the weekend. But once that's done, the culinary team has to place the kosher orders by Monday afternoon for the kosher food. So once that happens, we won't have a lot of flexibility for any late orders. So please try to get those orders which serve as your reservation in by tomorrow's deadline, but certainly by Monday. I have something I want to show everybody. This was some feedback from members of the community regarding the plastic containers in the salad bar in Nosh. So what we've done is we've sourced 2 new containers, 2 sizes. I don't know how well you can see them on the camera, a smaller one and a larger one, and they have separate tops. The nice thing about these containers is the bottoms are compostable. So if you're dining in Central for lunch, you can forego the top, and once you're done, this entire container can go in the compostable container. In Nosh, thank you. If you're taking it to go with you and you do need the lid, the plastic lid is recyclable, not compostable, but recyclable. So again, bottom is compostable, top is recyclable, 2 different sizes, and we'll plan on rolling those out in Nosh at the salad bar starting tomorrow. And that was all that I had. Eileen?
Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. First of all, I'd like to thank whoever was at the wind down last Monday when we were on safari. And I would like to thank our special guests also. We had a wonderful time and we will have another one next month. More to come with that. And also I'd like to highlight next week. We have next Wednesday is our dairy night and it's breakfast at night in Great Meadow Hall. So I'm looking forward to seeing you there next Wednesday night also. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. Now we're going to get to the new Central lunch menu. I'm going to just take a moment to share my screen. Jerry, can everyone see this?
Yep.
All right, so I'll go ahead and Chef Patrick, would you please present the new menu you put together? Thank you.
Sure. Hello, everybody. Like Josh said, on Monday, September 23rd, we'll be rolling out the new fall lunch menu for our Centro. And just to highlight a couple items on this menu, for starters, we have a French onion soup that will be on. We're bringing back the cheese blintz. We have the chopped salad, and we're also adding the salad of the week. Just a little note on the salad of the week. The salad of the week usually is only available at dinner time. But because it's so popular, we thought that it'd be a good idea to add it on as a second salad at lunchtime.
Two sizes.
These will be available in 2 sizes. So if someone wants a side salad as a side, that will be available as well. Down below, we still have scrambled eggs on the menu. We do have a tuna salad sandwich. For chef selections, we have a tuna melt available. We have a vegetable burger, potato skins, and we brought back the chicken wings at lunchtime, and we have a foot-long hot dog. Just so everybody knows, we did receive a lot of feedback from the past lunch menu that we're currently running right now. And you all have been heard. Things like, chopped salad came up, plainer lettuces. We heard chicken wings, we heard tuna. So all these things are on the lunch menu. In the future, we also have the Centro dinner menu that'll be coming out in October. And also we have a Nosh a la carte menu that will be changing as well in November. So stay tuned for that. We will have a lot more options on those as well. Just to mention something about lunch in Centro, we'd like to encourage everyone to make reservations at lunchtime. We ask this because sometimes we do 10, sometimes we do 40. It's just hard to plan for. And we think that you'll have a better experience if you make a reservation.
Particularly with the larger tables, Chef?
Yep, with the larger tables. We're seeing a lot of larger tables of, groups of 6, a group of 8. Sometimes they all come at once, and it does, back up the kitchen sometimes. But if we know ahead of time, we do have plenty of cooks in the building that we can easily bring up to Centro just to make sure that the service goes smoothly. One more thing I'd like to highlight, we did have a new lunch cook that started a couple weeks ago. His name is Jemiah. He does work on Central Lunch 3 times a week. So I'm looking forward to rolling this menu out with him to see what he can do. He's been showing some, different lunch specials at lunchtime as well. So just keep a lookout for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. This menu will be part of the dining packet that goes out tomorrow and on the dining website beginning tomorrow as well. And again, rolls out this upcoming Monday, the 23rd. And with that, Jerry, we can answer any questions. Just let me
Okay.
stop
So
sharing.
we have Maya Fine.
I would suggest that on these menus, when you rolled out the new ones, that you put an effective date that it's starting on the menu. Because if you have a collection of menus, you want to know which one is the current one.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Comments?
I have a question.
Okay, Terry?
So this is not a question that has to do with food, and thank you all for the effort you go to make our meals delicious and healthy, and you gotta know it takes a lot of your time. But the question has to do with the fact that the policy is you do not hand out straws unless people ask for them. But in the restaurant, sometimes staff hands out a straw when no one's even asked for it. So I just would like to see that that policy is followed.
Thank you, Terry.
Okay, any other questions? Marilyn Stone. You're muted, Marilyn.
I had lunch in Centro on Wednesday, and I didn't know that you were going to have specials. And she told us about it, and it was wonderful. And I love the addition of something else that we don't know about being that good. Thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, thanks, Josh. Before we start with Matt, let's see if we can hear from Sid. You still there?
Yeah, I'm just had to leave the room. How much got through?
Nothing.
I'll start again. Sorry.
Oh, no. No.
First day of Rosh Hashanah. Symbolically toss our sins into a body of water the next day. So it's called Kashua, and we've been doing this for the last 5 years. We will meet at 2:30 on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, Thursday. And we will meet at the residence raised vegetable flower garden, and we will walk to a close by gazebo. I believe I can't tell you how many steps. I believe it's
Well,
so maybe eight,
wow.
700 steps total. I don't know. I can get you that information next week. Christina apparently has been mapping out the distance between different places. So we'd love to have you join us 2:30. And if you bring some, we used to always toss pieces of bread in, but apparently that's not very healthy for the fish. So suggestions are pebbles or twigs or leaves, as long as it is a token of the sins that you feel that you want to get rid of. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to you, Matt.
Thank you, Jerry. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. I had the honor today of joining a really meaningful lunch that happened in Copper Beach. And it was for the pioneers, the folks who were the first to move into Newbridge 15 years ago, when Newbridge was nothing but an idea and some information written down on a piece of paper. And what really struck me about the lunch today, looking around the room, happened to be the individual contributions that every person has made to making this a community. It truly was a special moment for me personally. So I want to say to all of you that took the leap before even a shovel had hit the ground, congratulations and thank you. It really is special. And thank you to the Community Life team and the culinary team for putting forth such a wonderful event and a wonderful lunch. So this week was awfully busy with the phone replacement. I'd like to attribute it to like a duck swimming on a pond. On the surface, everything seemed calm, but underneath the water, those legs were kicking and there was complete chaos because we just didn't know what we didn't know. The vendor did their best to get us prepared and ready for it, but they didn't share everything they needed to. Our IT team, they did an incredible job. They worked really hard. But the shining stars in my mind at the end of this whole thing is going to be the folks that we come to rely on each and every single day. The Mark Blajewskis, the Nancys, Joe Bernardo, Jess Coleman, out in the community, fielding calls, Steve, who's covering the concierge desk. These guys have been working so hard to take down any issues that aren't happening, get out into the community, resolve the issues. Wednesday was the cottages, so today we should be pretty close to being done and getting everybody back online and everything working. It was an incredible process, and I knew that no matter how much we planned, the only way out was through. Because one area that I do not have expertise happens to be telecom. So I was at the mercy of everybody else. So thank you all for your patience. It means a great deal. And hopefully we won't have to touch this thing for another 15 years, fingers crossed. Any questions before I move on?
No.
All right, I'll take the silence as a good thing. I want to just give a friendly reminder to everybody, and this goes without saying. Speeding on campus continues to be a challenge, but where it really worries me is in the garage. When we're in the garage, we have to follow the speed limit and we have to make sure we're following the stop signs and all that stuff. And there's been many suggestions about how to get people to do what they need to do. The reality is, and I put a lot of thought into this, a lot of that stuff becomes noise after time. We don't see it anymore because, you know, we got to get home because we have a phone call coming, or I have to get in the office because I have a meeting that's starting, or whatever reason it is. But as a community, it starts with us, okay? Particularly in the garage, because everybody in the garage, for the most part, is either us or, you know, occasionally somebody else. But it starts with us. So let's just take it slow in there. What makes the community is the sensitivity to each other and the reminder that we are going to be the ones that set the example. I see a hand raised.
From Mayor, fine, go ahead.
I'd just like to point out something that the residents can do to help themselves that are walking. The other day I was coming down and somebody walked out of the doors from by the gym, up the stairs and out. They did not look in either direction when they crossed into the travel lane. I'm just wondering if we should put a big sign on the door that says, look both ways before entering the traffic pattern. Because I was far enough away that I could see them and slow down. They never noticed I was even there.
Taking the note right now. Yeah, it's concerning. It really is. And that's why I'm just genuinely asking for everybody's help. And particularly in the garage. I mean, there's blind corners. It's hard to see. There's a lot of movement in there. And so I just want us to all be sensitive to that. So thank you, Mayor. Appreciate that. A reminder, the meal credit adjustments. If you're going to make an adjustment to your meal credits, you should send an email to statementinquiries@hsl.harvard.edu, and I'll actually put it in the chat right now. And that submission has to be made by, I believe it's Tuesday, September 24th. So next Tuesday. And as a reminder, we ask that you submit any changes in writing. Should you wish to change your meal credit amount, we'll make a $50 adjustment to your monthly fee for $100 worth of meal credits. For example, if you wish to raise your meal credit by $100, we'll add $50 to your monthly fee. Conversely, lowering your meal credit by $100 will result in a $50 savings each month to your statement. So if you want to make any adjustments to your meals, now's the time to do it. Tuesday is the last day that you're going to be able to do so. Fernando, are you on the call right now? I'd love to put you on the spot and talk a little bit about garbage disposals.
Yes, I am.
Oh,
hello, everyone.
welcome. See that energy right there.
I want to talk to you a little bit about garbage disposals. We've had a lot of questions coming up, but garbage disposals are not used for high volume waste. It should just be the scraps that are on your plates. As they say, all things in moderation. If you have a bowl of food that's been sitting in your fridge for a while and you want to get rid of it, it should not go down the garbage disposal. That's just way too much stuff going down there. What you don't want to do is add anything starchy like pasta, rice, potato peels, even mashed potatoes. That starchy stuff just turns to goo and it will clog your pipes. You don't want to add anything stringy or hard either. Stuff like bones, corn on the cob, celery, rhubarb, eggshells, onions, or banana peels, things of that nature. Those will just clog up everything as well. You want to avoid seeds, coffee grounds, popcorn kernels, glass and plastic. I think everybody knows that, because they just get caught in there and then they can't move and it'll actually trip the breaker on your garbage disposal. It's bound to get a coating of gunk over time. The best way to clean it is to run the disposal with a cup of ice cubes in it, believe it or not, and some dish soap. That'll help clean it and give it a fresh smell. You can also use white vinegar with some baking. The baking soda acts as a foaming action. And a lot of people might not realize this. You only want to run your garbage disposal with cold water. That is recommended for cold water. So like I said, everything in moderation. Stay away from some of those things I just told you, and we should be good. I believe right now the garbage disposals we have in the apartments are 1/3 horsepower. As they are failing and we're replacing them with a 1/2 horsepower. It gives us a little more oomph to it. So what I also plan on doing is, I believe it's the first week of November, we're going to start the filter changes in all the units. And what I will do is when they come into your unit to do a filter change, we will leave a slip in your apartment with the garbage disposal do's and don'ts, so you can have that readily available. Any questions?
Yeah, we have a couple. Linda Weinstein first.
You're muted, Linda.
Unmute, Linda.
Okay. Yeah, I'd just like to comment that this is a wonderful opportunity given the problems with the garbage disposals, to compost. Thanks to Mary Jane Milner, we have a very healthy composting system. It isn't hard to do. We're available to show you where the compost bucket is. And having done this now for several years, I can't tell you how satisfying it is. Take my little bucket down, empty it, bring it back up. So it's just a suggestion as an alternative.
Thank
That's
you.
a great suggestion.
Meyer Fine.
Yeah, I'd just like to emphasize what you said about 1 cup of ice cubes. More is not better. They've had trouble with garbage disposals breaking when somebody's filled the entire chamber with ice cubes.
Any other questions or comments on this? Okay.
Great. Thank you, Fernando. That's awesome. I learned a lot myself. I appreciate it. And then
Well-
lastly, just a quick update on Dedham Pharmacy providing their vaccination clinics. We're still waiting. We sent them another note this morning. We're trying to get the details, trying to apply slow and steady pressure. Usually that works. I think they're having a challenge not only with getting the vaccination, but also from the billing standpoint, getting everything set up. Jess, I don't know if you have any more information.
Yeah,
but
the only
this
thing
is
I
the
would
last
add, oh, sorry, Matt, the only thing I would add is that I actually was gonna go the route of, and I think I had talked about this a couple weeks ago on the chat, that if we couldn't get both right now, to at least do the flu vaccine. But unfortunately, Dedham Pharmacy is also having problems with the billing with Medicare with just the flu vaccine as well. So that's why we're in this holding pattern. But we are reaching out every day in hopes that we get a date very soon.
Thank you, Jess.
It's Bob Brown.
Matt, I have a relatively inconsequential remark to make. I'm
Okay,
above
Bob.
daylight savings time, and our am I coming across? Yeah. And our telecom system likes standard time. Well, we're still on daylight savings time, and whether you set your phone to daylight savings time, it doesn't matter. As soon as you do, they'll change it back to standard time, so your messages are all marked an hour earlier than they should be.
And
Could
this
we
is,
tell Telecom to use the proper time?
yeah, we should. This is on the new phone system that's been installed.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It's not that important, but what the
Well-
heck? It's nice to have the right time.
Let's get it right now while we still have these vendors. 'Cause, you know,
Right.
once they cash the check, who knows?
Hey, Bob, if you wait till, the time changes, you'll be fine in 6-7 months.
Okay.
Awesome.
Any,
Great feedback, Bob. Thank you.
that does it for you?
Does it for me.
Any other questions? Any comments? Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Jerry.